Hi there, Andy here. In one of the previous videos, I showed you how to take the birdhouse and make a flat pattern for laser cutting, but I did it pretty quickly. And now that we have more complicated parts, I thought it would be a good chance to redo that more slowly and show you how to properly lay out a sheet that you can then take and have laser cut quite quickly and get a really accurate prototype model to build from. So let's get started. Here's my assembly where we left off, and you can see that I've got the ugly birdhouse sketch, ugly birdhouse part, and I've got the roof. And in order to make a laser cut part, I can't use these solids because these are fully three-dimensional. However, SolidWorks has a way for you to do it quite easily. What I'm going to do is to create a new drawing. Now remember, a drawing is a two-dimensional sheet of paper essentially. I'm going to pick a custom sheet size, and my custom sheet size will be 24 inches in width and 12 inches in height, because that's the bed of our laser cutter. So I've got this window opened up, which has the sheet size and kind of brownish, and then this rectangle is what SolidWorks thinks is going to be my first sheet view. Not sure why that's there, but we won't worry about it just at the moment. So I'm going to go to Model View, and you can see here that in my Model View there's Ugly Birdhouse. I'll pick that, and I want a solid part. And you can see that when I do that, this window opens up for the model view where it shows me multiple views, and I've got some more views here. And because I want to make a flat sheet for laser cutting, one of the choices, because I'd already made this part as as a folded, essentially sheet metal part, is flat pattern. So if I check flat pattern there, and if I scroll down to my scale, because I want to cut this out full scale, I'm going to pick 1:1. And now, if I go and set that up there, oops, I get that. Now I guess what these were some random views. Undo that. Yeah, and I don't want this view. There. So I've got this flat pattern of the birdhouse. So I could get this laser cut. Now, as you can see, there's these notations here, which I probably want to hide, just so that the laser cutter doesn't cut them. You can print them out. You'd have to change the line style, that's all. But just simply, for the sake of making this easy, just get rid of them. So that's one part. Now we've already done this, so you've seen this effectively already. However, where I'd like to go with this is I'd like to lay out some other parts, i.e. the roof, so that I can laser cut the roof at the same time, and I'll have all my parts come from the laser cutter ready to assemble. So if I save this first, I'm going to save this as cut sheet, just so I don't lose what I've done. And then I'm going to reduce that. Models have changed. Yeah, don't care. This other part that I want to make into a folded laser cut sheet is this roof. Now, you would think that this is going to be easy just as it is. However, I haven't yet made that into sheet metal or into a sheet. I've just left it as as I created it. So in order to get set up to do a laser cut of this part, I need to go and make a flat pattern of it. So here we are. I opened up the part from within the assembly, and I can go up to Insert, just like I did once before with the body of the birdhouse, and I'm going to go Convert to Sheet Metal. Now it wants me to select a base first, and I'm going to pick that face as my base. It wants me to pick a bend edge, so I'm going to pick that edge to bend. All the other parameters are fine, and so there we go. So that now is a bent piece of sheet metal. Now look at what it's done. It created these now hidden things here of the flat pattern and the bend. I can go up to Insert, and I can unfold it. I can pick that as my fixed face, collects the bends, and boom, I've unfolded it into a 2D version of the 3D part. But that shows up here on the feature tree as like a whole separate feature. And what will happen if I simply save this, the solid assembly from this part will think that it's an unfolded sheet, and so it will reflect that in the CAD model, which isn't exactly what I want. Try it yourself, you'll see what I mean. So I didn't really want to unfold it. Whoops, didn't want to unfold it. Just going to delete that feature, and I'll leave this flat pattern feature as it is, and I'll save the document, and I'll close out of there. Yeah. And now nothing has changed in my assembly, except you can see that now this top piece is a curve, indicating that yes, I did something to this. I actually made that into a folded sheet metal thing. Now, okay, so that's done. Now if I go back to my two-dimensional sheet, just going to rebuild that, and it shouldn't change. I want to add a new model view. So I just select model view up there. I'm going to browse, and I'm going to find the roof of the ugly birdhouse. There it is. And you'll see, just like with the first time, there's one of the choices was a flat pattern now. I've picked that. I want to use a custom scale, which is 1:1. Don't know why this is, there we go. It's a little bigger. I'm going to hide this. And somehow the sketch that was in my drawing has shown up too, but that's okay, I can hide that too. And you can see that I've got my flat pattern. Well, now I can slide this around wherever on the laser cut sheet it needs to be. That will fit, so I can put it over here. Now if I've got other smaller pieces, I can also add them to this sheet, and then I can save this as the drafting file, and our technical staff can take that drafting file and can laser cut it for you. Or I could save it as a more standard format like a DXF, or I could save it, as a TIFF. Either way, either of those formats will work just fine. DXF is fine, or the native drafting file is fine. And then you'll export that and send that to the technicians according to your instructor's steps, and you can get those parts laser cut. Laser cutting takes only a few minutes on the machine for something like this. To get a laser cut panel that is extremely precise and easy to work with. You can laser cut in a number of different materials with the Epilogue laser that we have in the Faculty of Design, whatever we're called, Faculty of Sustainable Design Engineering, FSDE. You'll find that we have several different options for what materials you can pick, but for starters, just the basic cardboard is a great place to start. If you've got a model that has some differing demands and you've tested it before, you can cut in acrylic, you can cut in thin plywood, lots of options. So there we have it. That's making a manufacturable output in terms of a laser cut sheet. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.